Hi and welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah and I'm here with Knitting Natter to help you learn to knit the easy way. What we're going to do today is discover my favourite cast on method. If I'm casting on a project, I will just come to this one immediately. It will be my first option whenever I'm starting anything really. I'm going to show it to you now with this Aran or worsted weight wool and 5mm needles. So it's a very simple cast on. It's the one that I was shown as a child. It's the one that my mum taught me, and it's the one that she always uses as well. Now, I will give you a few reasons why I love it. Did you see me just put the slip knot on there? I took the short end, and that's gone round my fingers near the tips and my fingers near the knuckles. I've then used my needle to go underneath the first loop, pull the second loop through, and there you go. That is the first stitch on the needle with a slip knot. So here we go. Now when I start knitting, this gives me a good foundation. It has more yarn making up the stitches than you would otherwise see. Let me show you how that is. So the first stitch is made basically by putting the needle through the first stitch, the yarn goes around, I pull that stitch through and it goes back onto the needle. Now the second stitch, instead of putting the needle into that stitch, it's made by going in between the previous two stitches. So by making it like that, you can see I have two loops holding the next stitch in place, rather than if I was going to put it into the stitch like that, rather than one loop of yarn. So this is one of the basic reasons why I like this cast on method so much. It's a firm foundation. No matter which method, which item you're knitting, this will give you strong base. And the beauty of it as well, by always putting your needle in between the previous two stitches, and you can see I can get in quite a rhythm with this. So let me show you what happens once I put a few stitches on the needle. There we go, just a few more. It also has a good stretch to it. So if I'm doing a foundation which requires rib, I can make this and the rib will bring the stitches closer together, but then the foundation that I've made here is more than willing to let it open up again. And that, especially for a cuff where you actually need a good base so that it's got good wear on it, I can use it for a long time without it wearing out. This means that it's got that strong base and it's also got the stretch. Now I found if I'm making a ribbed edge and I use the knitted cast on method, it can sometimes be too stretchy. So the cast on will stand out with the rib. Once you've got the stretchiness with the rib, the cast on is just there, it's too noticeable. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I find it's too much. And I like the knitted rib for beanies when I'm not having a rib on the edge, but only when I actually want the edge to curl a lot. So this will let it curl a little bit, but not overly so. So I really like this foundation. Like I say, I've used it ever since I started to cast on for myself when I was a child, and I just find it will work for a variety of ways. It will work for a variety of projects. It's a firm foundation, you've got that strong edge to it with the extra piece of yarn being held, and that goes for a lot of other cast-ons as well. Most cast-ons will only be holding onto one piece of yarn rather than the two that you get with the cable. So I like that cast-on, is my favourite. And yeah, do let me know in the comments below which cast-on you prefer, what method do you like and why do you like it. This is a great chance for a knitting conversation. It's like, which book did you like to read most in 2017? Well, this is my cast-on method and I've been using it for a very long time. You can ask me all sorts of questions about it and I'll give you all the benefits for all the different patterns. So there you go. The cable cast-on, that's my favourite. Thank you for joining me today. I hope I'll see you soon. Do come over and join me. So if this is your first adventure into the world of knitting, do come over and join me on knitwithhannah.co.uk. I will also link in the notes below to a free download that you can get. It's all about the 6 mistakes that a new knitter needs to avoid. And believe me, I made most of them myself too. Okay, I will see you again soon. Thanks very much for joining me. Happy knitting!